Thank you so much, Sizu, and thank you so much, the honorable that is here with us, the governorship candidate for Labour Party in Enugu State. My own is one of the reasons why some of us are rooting for you is just because that you had the foresight of joining Labour Party, right? And we are looking at Labour Party as a party that is going to drive that change that we require in Nigeria at the moment. And we need to begin to build people around that our principal's foresight and what he plans for Nigeria. So I want you to kind of give us your word, because one of the reasons why a lot of us are dear to Peter Obi is because of what he achieved in Anambra State, because of the person he is, because of his empathy, because of he is someone that has conquered greed. So I want you to give everybody listening to you right now your word to tell us that you are going to look at Peter Obi's antecedents, what he has achieved in Anambra State, and every space of life that he has worked in, both in private sector when he was in banking and when he was in in some of other businesses that he has done, and tell us here that you are going to be guided by those antecedents, and that you are going to conduct your affairs as a governor, because we know you are going to win. We know you are going to win. But we want you to tell us that the antecedent of P2B, the new Nigeria that we are actually rooting for, that you are going to be an exemplary for that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. P2B is a role model. He did tremendously well in Anambra State. I like the fact that he did not allocate. He did not allocate not one single government land to himself. He did not allocate not even one single government building to himself. When you compare him to Enugu State, where Sullivan Chime converted the biggest estate that belongs to Enugu State to himself, you will see that he's exemplary. P2B left a huge amount of money, $75 million or something like that, for the government that
Naira, sir.
succeeded him.
75 billion naira, sir.
Is it bill? I mean, I thought it was $1 million.
75
billion naira.
Naira. Billion naira, sir.
75 billion naira and over 100 and something $million.
Over 100. I thought it was $75 million. Okay, over substantial amount of money he left for the government that succeeded him. Compare him to Sullivan Chime, who left a huge amount of debt for the government that succeeded him. In all ramifications, P2B is exemplary. Even in private business, where he rose to the top, and in government, where he made indelible marks. I think he adopted the SDG, or I think the SDG, as his guiding principle. So there was always issues of high standards, ethics, and ethically, a man of integrity, and he fended off the what you call the godfathers. He was also parsimonious in government. He was not flamboyant. He didn't ride a lot of vehicles. When he entered the plane, he carried his own bag and sat in economy and did very well, using all indicators factored in. Edeoga has a similar record of performance in everywhere he has done. I was elected chairman of issues of local government, my home LGA, in 1997. In the 14 months I was chairman, I did things that remain unforgettable. For instance, I met 9 months of arrears of salaries. I wiped out those arrears of salaries. At the same time, I continued paying the salaries of the that came up in the 14 months I was there. So not only did I pay 14 months of salaries, I wiped out the arrears of salaries that were there before I came. In the 14 months that I was chairman, I started and completed a major installation of lights, poles and lights in my community, which is the biggest community in the whole of East Uzo. As I was paying the salary of staff, I was also deducting money to pay to REB on a monthly arrangement. In the 14 months of my chairmanship of East Uzo, I started and completed a daily market. Before I became chairman, a Hamufu, which is the major town in East Uzo, was serviced only every 4 days. They will come alive on a K day. After that, that town will go to sleep. In 14 months, I started a market, a daily market, and completed it. Properly designed by an architect and fully built and fully lit up. In 14 months, I started a 25-kilometer road from Nkalago to Ihamufu. Before then, the road was completely closed to traffic, and people going to Ihamufu found the traffic difficult to navigate. And students going to the federal school there found it difficult to go to school. They resorted to using Okada. In 14 months, I did that 25-kilometer road. And the provost of that college, late Nadoze, wrote me a letter, which I still have now. He said, Edeoga, in all my life, I've never met somebody like you who says he will do something and he did it. The staff of the college is happy with you. The students are happy with you. The management is happy with you. In 14 months, I started under more than 15 kilometers of road. What was a track road became a major road that linked Neke to Ehandiagu, to what we call a Halomona on the Federal Express. The Halomona is somewhere around UNN. So I linked my community issues, my LGA to under issues. Ehandiagu and the Halomona are both in Soka local government. Meanwhile, my LGA is issues. So I opened a track record that connected two communities in two LGAs. On the basis of that, Chief Abangu, who was a foremost political leader in the Soka zone, crowned me the Onwan Etira, the moon that shines for all, Efe Halmona. When I was chairman, I met a rickety 504 wagon as the official car, as what was available in that space. All the other chairmen in that time, all of them, all my colleagues opted to buy a brand new 504 from somewhere in Zik Avenue. I'm the only chairman out of that 17 who refused to buy a brand new 504. Not only did they buy that brand new 504, the proprietor of that business gave each chairman the sum of 250,000 naira as kickback. I rejected that 250,000. I didn't buy a new 504. I rather ploughed that money into development of my local government. I had to resort to a 504 that I bought at the cost of 250,000 second hand when the wagon could not take me any further. I collaborated fully with the Carter Center in making sure that guinea worm, which was endemic in issues, was eliminated under my watch as chairman. I served only for 14 months, and if I continue now, I will not remember. I cannot count everything I did. I went to the House of Representatives. I became the spokesman for National Assembly. Before I went there was nothing like the spokesman for National Assembly. And that spokesman came with risks because it was Obasanjo's presidency. And the spokesman for that NABA parliament meant that I was going to be at loggerheads with Obasanjo. But Obasanjo probed me, checked my background, and if there was anything that was untoward, Obasanjo would have dealt with me.